Welcome back to Hemorrhoids.net. I normally use Spotify for music on my phone, but I was having some problems recently where it just kept telling me that I had 3 devices and it kept on syncing. So I've moved over and I'm trying Napster. Napster's got a similar pricing structure to Spotify. £10 a month gives you the mobile version, £5 a month gives you the Napster Unlimited. So I've paid my £10 to give it a go for a month. You can do £100 for a whole year, which I quite like, because Spotify, they charge you $9.99 for a month, or $119.90 whatever it is for 12, like no discount at all. So at least there is a discounted rate if you decide you like it, you want to pay for a whole month. So in we go into Napster, as you can see. One thing I used a bit more, and it might just be like I don't know, just me, but I did browse through the top 10s and things a bit more when I've been using Napster than when I had Spotify. So you can see top 100s, for example, and it has the top 100 artists, top 100 albums, top 100 songs, and any of them you can just hold down on, add to your queue, play now, save to a particular playlist, or view the album. On the desktop version, oh here we are, maybe this is what I'm thinking of, yeah, so there's official charts as well, UK albums, oh I didn't realise you could change, oh that'd be quite fun. So you can look at 1990s official albums chart, look at that, wet, wet, wet. So there's there's quite a bit, and you can look at R&B singles from the year 2000. You know what's up. Oh, Macy Gray, look at that. Oh, I hadn't even seen all these things. So every now and then you see this where it's only got 30 seconds of the clip. Normally I can, by searching for that particular track, I will find a version that is the full length. I'm not quite sure why some of them are only 30 seconds. From the stats that I've seen, Napster has more music than Spotify. I think I've seen stats say Napster has 15 million, where Spotify only has 7 or 8, or maybe it was 10. And there have been a couple of tracks that I didn't have on mine that I have found on Napster. For example, Wonderwall by Oasis. You can't get that on Spotify, and something else. I can't remember what it was. So this is you're exploring, and obviously it says explore. You've got a straight up search. I was trying to find Candy Shop by the Damn Band. And then you've got your own collections. So, my artist, my albums, my top song, blah blah blah. Recommended. So, does this again? I've not. I should have searched a bit more thoroughly, perhaps with the app. I've pretty much come in, set my own playlists up, and off I've gone really. It's taken a bit of time. So this is what it's recommending to me. In my actual playlists, you get 2 varieties, all and saved. So all is literally all the playlists that I've set up, and saved are the ones that I have on my phone. So Funky isn't currently on the phone, but what I can do, sorry, how do I get there? There we go. If I tap that save offline, it will download all of the tracks. And it says it has almost all of them already, so I'm not quite sure why it's not showing in my saved list. I think I know what it is. So I was listening to this, and it will download the tracks, and it keeps the last 100, I think. If we go into the settings, there aren't many options, but the main one is how many tracks would you like to store by default. That's pretty much it settings-wise, so it's a little disappointing. Spotify gives you many more options, like the bit rate or etc. when you're on Wi-Fi or 3G. And we don't get that here. Then we go to the actual player. We don't want to listen to Mark Morrison, how embarrassing. It's a fairly standard player. But we'll load up the album art in a minute. There it is. Now, the one thing I find a little disappointing, I can't, as far as I can see, track forward or backwards in this particular song. What I do like is the controls come up when you're sort of using them, and eventually, there we go, they vanish away, and you've just got the album art and your main menu and the information. Tap on the screen, it opens back again. And again, give it a second, it loads the album art. Also, if we come all the way out, see it's got a widget. It's a little bit odd because it has to take up 2 slots. You know, most times you get a widget, it just takes the 1 strip. This has to have 2, so it's quite a big widget. But again, you tap on it and the controls appear. Give it some time and they will vanish away again. If I want to go straight in and start browsing, I can tap up in that corner where it says Explore. If I want to see my playlist, I'll tap on this one. There's my playlist. One thing I found a little bit odd, if I go to one of my collections and I want to start playing my single on one, if I hold down that and say play now, it will load something straight away from that track, that playlist. But I think we'll find if I go, yeah, I've now got 65 tracks in my playlist. Oh dear. Whereas I know that particular playlist only has 24. So it just adds all of them to my current playlist rather than, so I thought I've just selected playlist, but it's not, it's just added that playlist to my now playing playlist, if that makes sense. Sounds a bit confusing because, to be honest, I think it is a bit confusing, you know. If I select I want to listen to this playlist, just play me that playlist, don't add it to everything else I'm listening to. I can imagine that's useful at times when you just, yeah, throw this in, throw that in, oh yeah, throw this in, and you build up a big long playlist. But if you want to just listen to one thing, you have to go into the playlist, clear all, then I go back to my collections, play now, 24. So not the most user friendly, I wouldn't have said, but all round not a bad app, and hopefully it'll be getting better. I think it's relatively new. I think it's only been out for a couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll get better. There we go. My name's Andy, Hemerdroids.net.